Hello friends, welcome to Shiksharthi. In previous session, we talked about lookup functions and how they are useful to look into values that you need in a large data sets. In this session, we'll be looking into formatting. So, what's formatting? Formatting plays a very important role in Google Sheets while presenting something to someone. So, what's formatting? Here on the header, you know that there is a format number. You know, using this formatting, we can create whatever you want, custom formatting. So right now, this is what you get, the formats they give. So if you see this, there is an automatic formatting which gives you whatever you want. I mean, the more whatever you type, it directly makes it into that format. If you want a plain text, a number, percentage, whatever you want, you can change by clicking just on this format. But what if you want something other, or if you want to create some new format, you might already have go into this custom formatting and you can try whatever you want. In here, while making custom formats, you can use whatever you want. Basically, you can have hash or zeros as numbers to make a format. There are already lots of formats here that are being used. Basically, when you compare my experience, I would suggest you to use hash to make a format rather than a zero. Simple, because zero or hash they denote the same format. But you know the main thing is, when you are using zeros after a point, then you are using zeros after points, like this, then whenever you type 1 2 3 4, every time you type 1 2 3 4, it appears as 0 0. Even if there is no point, it shows like there is a point. So when you are making a custom format, just use hash and you can have whatever formats you want. See, you can just, all you need to do is, if you want a number, then go to format, or just click here, go to more formats, custom format, and you can make whatever format you want. There are already a lots of formats which are for your disposal. Or if you want to create, you can create whatever format you want just using hash and commas. Next, in formatting, there is also use for date formats and number format. For accounting, you can use whatever currency you want. You can use date formats as well. Date, you can use find dates, months, years using Google Sheets as well. For instance, what is today's date? Let's go and type today. Just use a value 44,365. But what I ask is a today date, but it's giving a value. Since this is in a number format, it is giving a number. So let's change it to date. It will give date. Today's date is 18 June. So what is that number that came first? So while showing dates, Excel has a reference for the starting date as 13/12/1990. See, sorry, 13/12/1900. This December 31st, 1900. It's not 1900. I'm sorry. 1899 is the first day. So sometimes when you have to check a value of date, all you have to do is, there is a function called date value, which is useful for this. You are getting that value. So let's copy this value here. Then see 1. So 31/12/1899 is the starting date at which Excel starts calculation of your date. Using from this date, if you want a numerical value of your date, you can get value. So today's date is on Excel is 44,365th day. So there are lots of date functions which are useful for us. So today we will talk about dated if, date value, EO month, end of month. So talk about date value, e date, Evo month, days, day, and days 360. And we'll talk about ISO week name and week name and what is the difference between both. So date, let's have this function date. So what the date does, it does convert in year, month, day. If you give it, it will give in the specific date format that is assigned to that particular cell. Let's say first year 1990, comma month 12, comma day 1. So it gives in a specific format of date and that date, month and year. So if you change the format, it gives in a different format. Let's go to date, go to more format, more date and time formats. You can have whatever you want. If you want this, then it gives 1 December 1990. So whatever the format is, it just follows that format. Next, dated if. Dated if shows the difference between two dates in whatever unit you want. Let's take two dates, 12 1995, comma 11 13 11 03 and 1999, comma. Let's say whatever you want. If you press Y, then it gives in years. So there is a difference of 3 years between those. So it won't consider the number of months and also it just gives what are the years. And next, months. There are 38 months difference in this. Next, days. So there are nearly 1185 days difference, exact difference between these two dates. So we already used the date value function. Date value function just gives what is the value of the date. See, 30/12 to 1899 gets 0 since it's not the date that we started. The date we started is 31. So that date is the first date of where from where Google Sheets counts. EDate shows number of months. It returns if you type a date and give the number of months, it will specifically give the date after same date after 2 months. Let's say if I type 2, if you see this E-date 1899, so it just gives the end date of that month. So it's showing 30 January. So why is it showing like this? So when you are entering dates, just use exclamation marks so that we can get good results. See, since 1899 is not in the system, it's not giving the date. Let's go to 31. So if you press 31, from then it is giving the dates of what you want. After a month, it's just January 31st, January 2000, January 31st. So all you have to do is when you are giving dates, please keep the dates in exclamation marks so that you can get the correct value. So next, once again, Evo month is gives the last date of the month that falls on it. So if you just give a date of 25, if you just give a date and leave it, it just gives the last. If you just give a date and leave it as it is, it shows error. So you have to give number of months after it you have to give. If you give 0, it will just give the same month last date. If you give 1, it gives the next month last date. So next we'll go to day. Day is used to find, when you give a date, day gives day, the day of the month in a numerical value. So let's take the same example that is given below. It just gives the date. See, 1920. So it gives on a numerical value. So what is days? Days gives the time gap between two different dates. All you have to do is catch two different dates. So see, if you give, there is a negative symbol. Why is there is a negative symbol? Since it starts taking with end date and a start date, since we are give reverse, it gives a negative value. If you just interchange this both, then you will get the positive value. See, simple. Next, day 360 gives on a perspective of 360 number. So if you use this, you can find what is the difference in between two days in a 360 if the year has just 360 days. Let's go and check it out once. If you see here, it will give what is the description is about to give. Returns the difference between 2 days on a 360 day year used in some file. So while using financial interest calculation, sometimes you might take 12 months. For every month there is a 30 day. So it's used in some financial calculations, and during normal time I don't think it's much useful. So you can use just days. Next, ISO week number is Indian Standard Organization, which gives a week number. So it gives the week number on which a particular date falls in that year. See this. Let's see same. Let's see, a week number gives a normal week number of the date that which falls on. If you check, it gives 24, it gives 25. Why? Since both gives the week number, so what is the difference between these two? The difference is ISO uses a particularly somewhat different approach from week number. While week number calculates right from the first week. If January 1st is something, then it is the first week. So, but how ISO calculates it, let's say if January 1st is Monday, then what it does is, since on a Indian strategy organization Sunday is the start date of a month, of a week, when January 1st is a Monday, it calculates this week as the last week of previous year. So it won't consider counting this week in this year. It considers counting from the second week. So that becomes the first week of this year. So that is why ISO has got just 24. While week counts, this January is also a week until Saturday, and next counts from Sunday as another week. So it gives 25, and ISO number gives just 24. So after finding the week, then now you can find what is the day number in that week. So there is a function called weekday, which gives what is the day in that week. What is this day? So today is a 6th day. Since normally it considers from Sunday, so today is a Friday, so it is the 6th day of the week, and Saturday becomes the 7th. So using these formulas, while using with dates, you can have whatever you want, but while using dates, one thing you must remember is you must always change the formula. Since if you keep the formula as a value, then all you get are some random numbers which you can't even understand what are those. So while using dates, just use the date format, which is very much useful. Since if you use a number format, it is showing error because there is no 00 number minus this number is -1, and it's not showing here. So while using dates, just change your format to a date format, which is very useful. So that's it for today's session. From next session, we will go more into some formatting and some advanced formatting options. So that's it for today's session. So please check this video once again and attempt the quiz in our website to get a better understanding of the topic. Thank you.